First round of storms potentially moving through early tomorrow morning. Let's say as early as 4 o'clock, but I really think probably closer to sunrise. And we'll have to watch for some additional development going into the afternoon as well. There's going to be a few of these storms that are going to try to become severe. Most likely, they're going to be capable of some hail, followed by wind. And that tornado potential, while it's not zero, it is low. No reason to be scared. Let's just be prepared, right? I know it sounds super cliche, kind of cheesy. Just have a way to receive some alerts, especially if you sleep in the mornings. You might want to make sure your phone's charged before you go to bed tonight. Let's track it. Let's spend a lot of time here talking about the timeline. But before I go any further, I've got to tell you, these models, they're just tools. They're not the gospel. They're not exact, but they give us a pretty decent idea of what to expect and when. Should stay mostly clear the rest of this evening. Now, as our front starts to come into the area, we are going to see that potential for severe storms increase once more. Overall, tomorrow, from the morning into the evening, it's clear the better ingredients that are most favorable for severe weather and especially tornadoes is over here in East Arkansas. Here locally, our threat tomorrow is primarily driven by hail and wind. Again, I can't rule out a tornado tomorrow, but I'll tell you, the better parameters are off to our neighbors in the east. Here's what we see locally. Level 2 in yellow, level 3 here in orange, which is primarily going to be along and south of Interstate 40. What does it look like in terms of actual hazards? This is what it's going to shake out to be like. It's obviously going to be our hail concern, especially there south of I-40. That's what's driving that level 3 potential. You can't rule out some damaging straight line winds, especially with some of these isolated supercells that may or may not mix in with the rest of them. And then, of course, that tornado potential there as well. Here comes the front. This is going to be 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll have to watch for some of these isolated cells out ahead of the main line. Those are the ones that are going to be most concerning to us, certainly initially in the morning. And we'll continue to see these scattered on and off thunderstorms moving into the area. Front gets a little bit closer. We'll see additional showers and thunderstorms through mid-morning. Some of these are going to be strong, right? Not all of them, though, are going to be severe. We get into the afternoon hours. This is where we'll start to watch for that second resurgence of some severe storms. And part of the reason why, not only is the front getting here, it's slowing down. It's going to stall out in a day or two. But we also see daytime heating producing some more instability. It's destabilizing the atmosphere, especially across parts of the Johnson, Logan, and Scott counties. You notice these stronger thunderstorms here in the afternoon. We'll have to watch for those continuing through about 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. At that point, the rest of the night's going to be totally fine. It doesn't rain all day tomorrow. It doesn't storm all day tomorrow. Now, we get into Thursday and Friday, I think we're going to have more widespread rain. We have severe storm risk for Thursday. This is what it looks like. Level 2 for a large majority of the area in yellow, level 1 for here in green. There's another risk on Friday. We're taking this thing one day at a time, right? Of most concern to me, in addition to severe weather, can't obviously ignore that, it's going to be the rain. Doesn't all come at once, but between now and Sunday, we're going to pick up a decent amount. This is one model perspective, and it does show that axis of highest precipitation. It's changing a little bit. It wants to draw it a little bit closer to us. We're not locked into anything just yet. Interestingly enough, everything we're going to see this week is very dependent on what happens the day before. What happens tonight is going to play a big role in what happens tomorrow morning. What happens tomorrow is going to play a critical role on what does or doesn't happen on Thursday. That's kind of the nature of these setups where the front just stalls out and kind of meanders around. When it's all said and done, I think this is what we're going to probably end up with. I've not changed this since a couple of days ago. May have to change it, but at least for right now, I'm feeling pretty okay. 3 to 5 inches in northwest Arkansas, 4 to 7 across a good chunk of the river valley. We get a little bit further towards the south, a little bit further towards the east in the Ouachitas, 5 to 8 inches of rain. Just to be clear, it's just like snow. Not everyone gets the high end. Not everyone gets the low end, right? It's a range for a reason. We'll fall somewhere within those numbers. It's a busy week of weather. Goodness gracious, look at all that. Thursday, Friday, decent chances of rain, decent chances of thunderstorms, some of which very well could be strong to severe. And that severe risk may even carry over into Saturday, although I think most of the day is going to be more just rain for us. Things taper off by Sunday. Watch this, northwest Arkansas. Hey, you got plants outside? You're a gardener? 33 Monday morning, 34 Tuesday morning. Cold enough for a frost, getting close to freeze potential there. We'll want to be mindful of that. Quiet weather next week, goodness gracious. It's like we just turned the spigot off and we're going to dry out. It's going to get a little bit more comfortable by next week, and that is certainly something we're all going to be looking forward to after all these April showers we're going to get over the next several days. Weather impact alert for your Wednesday. May have to consider adding another one for Thursday depending on that severe weather potential and how it all shakes out. It's really one of those things. We're going to see how tomorrow plays out. Where does that front stall? How much storm fuel is left over? How much more energy is going to be moving into the atmosphere? That's really going to dictate a lot of the fine scale details of Thursday, and then we'll be doing the same process again going into Friday. Just one of those really busy weeks that, Darren, I'm afraid a lot of folks are going to get weather fatigue. Dude, I already got it. I got it. So I
That's right,
totally
yeah,
get it.
right.
Let's just check in on the forecast every so often.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure those phones are charged.
And Megan's going to say, make sure you have a way to get the alerts.
If you can do that, you're going to be in good shape.
Okay.